Welcome back, top performer. On average, people spend roughly 2 hours per day socializing. Do you know how much of that time is with colleagues? About 9 minutes. Fostering the relationships that are going to take us to the next level is often an afterthought. It only becomes a priority when we need it. For example, if you get laid off and need to land a new job, you get to work reaching out to people who can help you. Well, a top performer who wants to continually advance their career knows the importance of continually fostering these relationships. It's a natural part of how they work in order to unlock floor after floor as they take the career elevator to the top. In many ways, it's just pulling the effort forward instead of being reactive when you wish you had been proactive.
The cadet's logic is sound.
Sure, this takes discipline, but the good news is that over time, what initially feels difficult starts to become a natural part of how you operate as you implement the Career Accelerator system and adopt the habits of a top performer. Let's celebrate some of the steps you've already taken or scheduled. 1. You've engaged with individuals in the Career Accelerator community. 2. You've identified your organization fast risers and scheduled time with them. 3. You have potentially engaged with your VP of Finance to learn more about financial reports and increase your business acumen, or maybe you've reached out to the admin to learn more about who the fast risers are in your organization. 4. You've reached out to other colleagues in your industry to get a better understanding of your market rate. And you have a clear purpose driving you, which is where your career master plan and the Horizon framework come in. It's all coming together. And by the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of what a strong network can do for you, the specific people you need in your career corner, and how to make it a win-win for those individuals. All right, so what can influencers do for your career? It's a lot. Of course, this is less likely to happen if you have not won them over as a sponsor, which we talked about in an earlier video. Here's the benefits of a well-placed influencer. An influencer can help you remove roadblocks. One of those roadblocks could actually be your boss. They can open new doors for you by getting you involved in conversations that will lead to next level jobs and high level projects. They can provide you with knowledge and intel to help you better position yourself, such as providing a look behind the veil of how HR makes their promotion decisions around bonuses and raises. Then there is a social proof benefit. You hang out with the big dogs, you must be one.
Yeah, I'm kind of a big deal.
This will let you piggyback on their authority and influence. They can also become your Abe Lincoln, someone that you might benchmark yourself against in order to make better decisions by saying, well, what would good old Abe do in a situation like this? That gives you pause and helps you get out of your own head to inform the best decision. While a single sponsor could provide all of these benefits, you need strategically placed influencers to advocate and help you that is usually situational based. Consider an athlete circle of influence. As top performer, they have various people in their court: their agent, their manager, the team GM, the owner, the president, their coach, specialized coaches to help improve skills and condition them, teammates, medical professionals, and so forth. Most people don't give a lot of thought to their circle at work, which gives you the edge. It will enable you to better develop your strengths, make sure you have the right coaches, the right training, the right mentors, and sponsors lined up to back you. And sometimes you need that GM or owner in your court to back you, much like athletes have when struggling with a difficult coach. So, how do you know if you have the right influencers in your court? I like to use a diagram I call your circle of influence. These are the core people or influencers that you want in your corner in order to increase your odds of a raise or promotion, or both. Keep in mind that the number of circles you see here doesn't necessarily equate to one person. For example, maybe you will only have one future peer in the role that you're eyeing, or maybe it will be 8 of them. In this case, you can choose to target all 8 or maybe narrow it down to those who carry the most influence. Another example is that you may have 2 or maybe 8 fast risers you choose to build a tribe with. It's also possible that your boss and future boss are one of the same, which means that your future peers are also your existing peers. While this isn't insinuating you can ignore all of your other relationships, it does mean you want to allocate time to build strategic relationships with these influencers, as they will help unlock your future. You are basically front-loading the effort that you would otherwise do once you were on the job anyway. You're just accelerating that step because that's what helps accelerate your career progression. Your circle of influence starts seeing you as a more trusted colleague, and you begin to collaborate more with them at their level. There is no better method to achieving your goal than to start doing the actions you'd be doing once you achieve that goal. These relationships are designed to both help you grow and help you avoid people who could veto your career progression. And we don't want that. If you wait for this to happen on your own, your career progression will pay the price. Let's run through each of these influencers you want in your corner and how you will help each other. You'll also find the scripts below this video and a link to a strategic relationship tracker, which should make the effort a little easier. The most important person to have in your corner is, no shock, your boss. Her goal is to be successful, which takes great team members. Your goal is to earn her trust and turn your boss into a sponsor so she helps you get promoted. If your boss raves about you and supports you, it's going to be a lot easier to get the raise and promotion. They also carry a lot of clout when it comes to your ability to move from your current role into your next level role. And this is where your future boss comes in. They have the ultimate say over if you will be hired and how hard they want to fight for your role and the inclusion of you within their team. If your boss tries to block or sabotage your movement, then it is the strength of your relationship with this boss, your future boss, to push beyond that and help you get to that role anyway, even if your other boss is suggesting you are not ready. Keep in mind that your boss or your future boss, whoever is advocating for your promotion, has to get finance, HR, and possibly the department head in their corner to sell them on why you are the right team member. Her goal, to be successful, which takes great team members. Your goal, to get her to see the value that you'd contribute as a member of her team. How do you do this? By finding ways to contribute to their team.
How can I help?
This could possibly mean leading existing projects so they can see how valuable you'd be to the team, or learning about struggles they have had and finding a way to help solve those. You need to either deliver great quality in your expertise, which they need, be a great executor and deliver timely results, or have great relationships, or all of the above. Now, this isn't an overnight adventure. This is about understanding their needs and gaining trust, which takes time, and this is why you're starting in advance of the ask. If done right, you may never need to ask, as you make it a no-brainer due to the value you bring and by developing a sponsor out of them. They will realize how much more they can do with you as part of their team, or they'll start to worry about what they would do without you. This fear starts getting them to advocate on your behalf, even if just to help themselves be more successful with their goal. Next up is the influential peer of your boss. Your future boss likely has a peer that they tend to lean on and access for their POV on decisions. You want this person to give you the nod when your future boss consults with them. You don't want them to be on the fence because that creates doubt for your future boss. Hiring someone isn't an easy feat, and getting it wrong puts a lot on the shoulders of the hiring manager. So they look for more certainty by getting buy-in. More likely than not, they may even have you meet with their peers in order to incorporate their perspective. This is much easier if you've already laid the groundwork and built trust, which is, I know, broken record. You want to build your circle of trust in advance. In that case, it's a slam dunk. Your future peer is similar to your influential peer or your future boss, in that their main goal is to build trust and have them like you. They are one other person who your boss will likely consult when considering hiring you.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Here's the thing. If your future peers aren't sold on you, then your boss may second guess her decision and choose to pivot towards a different candidate. The reason for this is because she fears losing trust with her team by hiring someone the team doesn't enjoy working with.
Everyone hates him. Yeah, but we hated him first.
If she does, she will possibly set up a poor team dynamic and lose credibility. Don't let not scheduling a few timely placed meetings get in your way of achieving your goals. And because you understand the role of reciprocity, the Benjamin Franklin effect, and the feedback loop, you have key tools to foster trust. So set up a lunch and ask for a small favor like feedback on getting better at something they're great at. Then close the feedback loop and show them how brilliant they are. Another approach you could take is possibly helping them on a project. Maybe balance their weakness with your strength. If all else fails, there's nothing wrong with genuine compliments and calling them out positively in public. They will have more positive feelings of you because of it. While we've talked about fast risers before, I did want to highlight them again since they are part of your circle of influence. You want to be each other's allies, helping to push and pull each other to be your best and to achieve your goals. You've heard of guilt by association, right? Well, the idea is if you hang out with thugs, then you might be one.
How dare he?
Well, what if people associate you with the fast risers? It's great for your image, and another huge benefit is that you tend to rise to your common denominator, and that has you constantly upping your game. Their goal, to work with like-minded, ambitious people who strive to be the best they can be. Your goal, to get them to like you and trust you and see you as an ally who can achieve more together. The next relationship is one that you don't want to ignore. While you may not need to spend loads of time fostering this relationship, you do want to show up well with them. At minimum, you need a cordial relationship with human resources, as you want them to support your promotion. The higher you are in the organization, the more their awareness of you is important, as the last thing you want is them pushing back on your promotion because they don't think you're ready, which can often be because they've not had enough experience working with you and don't know who you are. Their goal, to support the business unit while also ensuring that costs are kept in control and that nobody sues them. Finance sometimes has more of the purse strings when it comes to costs, but my experience, HR is usually paying close attention to those as well. Now, your goal is to get them to like you and trust you, to believe you are competent for the next level role, especially if it requires leading other people. Next, we have the external VIP, which is a person you want in your corner in case you leave your current company. This is someone who, if they don't hire you themselves, may recommend you to others. If nothing else, the fact that you have their ear of a certain VIP could increase your perceived value at your job and or cause your employer to have a bit of fear that you could take flight. That can work nicely for you. If you wait to build this relationship until when you need it, it's going to postpone your movement as it can take a while to build trust. The other benefit of this relationship is that it can help you to increase your own expertise and access to knowledge within your industry or at other companies. As an example, a department head at a competitor or vendor of yours, or perhaps the leader of an organization or body that is driving new development technology in your industry. During the creation of your next level success plan, you should have identified specific gaps you needed to close. Some of those may require a mentor who can help you fill that specific gap. Those gaps might be specific to a skill, such as finance or public speaking, or potentially around mindset, and maybe someone you can model. For example, if they're a natural politician and influencer of people, they may be your Abe Lincoln, a person who you can directly get their advice on or at least channel them should you find yourself needing to make a decision without consulting them. Having a mentor in your corner who is an expert in the area you are weak in can also significantly improve your image. Your future boss or existing boss may have a perception that you're not good in a particular area. You turn guilt by association to success by association in this case. You're also going to get another great benefit from this relationship, which is that they will help you close those next level gaps, which is great because you'll then be able to close the feedback loop with your boss or future boss. Imagine being able to tell them that you've been working with so-and-so to help you with the presentation skills. If that person's considered an expert, that's going to be impressive. They know that you're taking this seriously and moving towards a resolution. What happens then? Then they feel a bigger obligation to support you, meaning your boss or your future boss, since you addressed a core area that was perceived as a gap to close that was highlighted. And of course, when you close that feedback loop with your boss or future boss, they're now going to feel a bigger obligation to support you since you addressed a core area that was perceived as a gap. We'll discuss this more when we dive into your career pitch and promotion conversations in later modules. So, these are the core individuals you want in your circle of influence. Hopefully you can see how these individuals in your court are going to make your goals so much easier to achieve. These alone are going to set you up well, but I'm going to sneak in 2 more here that will help increase your influence while also making your job easier. First up, what I like to call your fair trade buddies. Let's face it, there are things we hate doing, like pins in the eyes hate. If you do, you're going to find yourself dreading your work and that will hold you back. So what do? You barter.
Next. I got skills I can trade.
Find an individual or multiple individuals and trade for strengths. Here's how this works. Say you navigate an Excel document like a 3-toed sloth, while your buddy can build models and pivot tables like a computer genius. You'll leverage this buddy to help you out with those tasks, and in return, you'll loan your strengths when they need it. Perhaps your fair trade buddy hates social gatherings, while you are a natural conversationalist. So you decide to join them for social gatherings to help make things run more smoothly. Or maybe you're really good at building presentations, and your fair trade partner hates it. Together, you can accomplish more, you'll help each other look good, and possibly find yourself rising together. Finally, you should have people you sponsor yourself. Imagine the influence you will have if you have an army of proteges. Another great benefit is this increases the number of people you can pull upon for their expertise and to help out as a fair trade buddy. People who are eager to make their own mark and whom you can help. It is a win-win.
That's a win.
But there's another huge benefit. Just as there's a quantifiable sponsor effect, there's also a protege effect. Leaders with a posse of proteges are on average 20% more satisfied with their own rate of advancement than leaders who haven't invested in up-and-comers. This can also benefit you if you're trying to show your management that you are capable of leading people. If they see you as a natural leader guiding strong up-and-comers, then it will feel like a natural progression. Let's go through next actions. You want to complete your own circle of influence. You'll find a tab in the spreadsheet to capture them, and I'll link it below. In the same tab, you can rank the strength of that relationship with a 0 being non-existent and a 9 and 10 being sponsors. I recommend you link that directly to your ongoing 1 in 60 review so you can reflect on it each week or every other week. Next, you want to schedule time to meet with any of these individuals that you do not already have time scheduled with. Leverage what we discussed in early videos to forge those strong relationships. You may be a natural at this, but I've never been the best at remembering a lot of personal details about people, so I find it beneficial to capture those details. I've created a straightforward and simple relationship spreadsheet that you can leverage, if you don't already have your own method. If you want to rebuild it within a more advanced tool, go for it. Just don't overcomplicate it and fail to move forward to capture these things because you make something too complex. Within it, you'll find my trigger categories, which include individual, birthday, coffee preference, you never know when you want to drop by and bring them one, family, likes and hobbies, what gets them up in the morning, goals, which informs how I might add more value to them, any additional notes I might want to capture, ideas for adding value, feedback loops I need to close, when I will follow up. This is where you should also put a reminder on your calendar so that you can close that loop, and any other next actions that you have. You'll also find specific scripts in the script vault to help you with these conversations. Make them your own. Remember, what separates the top 10% from the rest is their ability to develop the relationships and skills to consistently climb. Whenever you're questioning if it's worth it, instead ask yourself, how much longer will it take without these relationships? How much more frustration will you feel if you don't have the right advocates? What will it cost you to not take these steps? Finally, remember this quote. It's so hard when I have to, and so easy when I want to. So when in doubt, instead of saying, I have to do this, clarify that you want to and why. Then take one action and then another. One last thought. It's likely you're going to come across individuals and groups that are less receptive to open their circle. Be patient. Make them feel important and continue to add value. And the likelihood of them not opening their circle to you over time is slim. If you're still a little nervous about needing to put yourself out there, the next video will hopefully help you. This is where I talk about the strategies I've used to make networking feel a little less sleazy.
That sounds nice.
Now, keep in mind, you're not just networking. Nah, we'll save it for the next video. See you there, and I'll see you at the top. That's it for this lesson. I hope you found it valuable. If so, this is one of the core lessons from my Career Accelerator system. If you want the full course with the workbook, scripts, and bonus tools, you can get access at careeraccelerator.me. Or you can dive into the next lesson here.